killed a pair of Scourge there without any effort at all. That's good. Unfortunately, Corsairs not able to attack rounds, so the Hydralisk going to be able to stop Corsairs from inflicting casualty on the Overlords, which are really the juicy targets for the Corsairs. Free has managed to build a few TIE Templar there. He needs to be very careful and not lose these Templar. He also does not appear to have much of a real ground army. Looks like Hero almost catching those High Templar. Oh, managing to catch one High Templar. Very nice work there by Hero. Even getting Free to storm his own units a bit there. He lost a few Zerglings, but that's a small price to pay for picking off such a high value target. And now Hero with an absolutely massive army. I fear Free is going to get caught here. Hero looks like he's going for the attack, dodging a storm. Oh, but moving back into it. He's going to lose a good number of these Hydras. He has a lot of units. I think he can press the assault here. And Free needs to pull back. He only has one real High Templar left with Storm, and that High Templar may very well get picked off. It's forced to Storm early, doing a bit of damage, but really, at this point, Hero has managed to whittle down the number of storms that Free can put out. Free with Dark Templar out now, and these Zealots, I fear, are going to accomplish absolutely nothing against these Hydralisks. Free, I'm not quite sure what sort of StarCraft he is playing here. It seems he doesn't really have a truly good master plan. Only now has he got a Shadow out. He's morphed. He's warping a few more High Templar. That's going to press Hero back. But in the meantime, Hero's economy is absolutely booming. And surely he's got almost a second army ready to go. Big battle here in the middle of the map. Hydras on Zealots on Storm. This time, Free seems to have caught Hero distracted, and his storms are far more successful, killing the vast majority of the forces there by Hero, but Hero sending his remaining Hydralisks almost on a suicide mission there to pick off two more High Templar as a sort of revenge, and then retreating his army. So Free managing to come back with some good storms that time. Hero, though, I think will be able to absorb these losses as long as he is careful and managing to stop this drop here coming from Free. Hopefully, Hero's got Speed Overlords and some sort of units in position to defend. I don't know whether Hero sees this. He may not see it, and it looks like Hero bringing massive Scourge to deal with these Corsairs, but his Overlords are all in position in his main, and that Dark Templar at 5 kills already. Hero throwing away the game, I have to say here. 8 kills on that Dark Templar, not crippling losses. Oh, 9 kills. There are more drones left at that base. He didn't pull all of them out, so that Dark Templar able to achieve 11 kills. Absolutely sick, and now Free simultaneously assaulting at the 5 o'clock position. Good play here by Free, I have to say, forcing a cancel, doing massive economic damage in the backfield, and Hero is out on the back, but he's distracted in the back. Free needs to pay a bit more attention in the front, though. That Dark Templar is still alive, still executing drones at will. Battle in the middle of the map, not sort of blunders on both sides. It looks like Free might get his army caught by the Hydralisk here, and Free going to lose his entire army in the field. But that Dark Templar is 0-2 here. Hero seems to have given up on trying to deal with the Dark Templar. That is even more foolish, I have to say. I mean, Free can actually rebuild his army, whereas there is no chance of Hero recovering from a crippling loss of that sort, I have to say. Well, that's not true. Hero could definitely recover. But if Free continues to put on the pressure, I fear Hero cannot recover. Hero not even mining gas at his main. Hero has managed to save up a lot of resources during the interim, though, because he didn't morph a ton of drones. Now he's got a force of Hydras and Mulists out, and Free with a Nexus establishment at 9 o'clock has not managed to transfer any probes over there to mine. He needs to do that. Massive number of Mulists coming out. They are spread out a bit, but Corsairs really good against Mulists, even if the Mulists have +1 armor upgrade. So I'm not quite sure why Hero switched to Mulists. Maybe he's hoping to dive bomb and kill the High Templar. If he can do that, he'll be fine, but I fear his chances here. Those Mulists are very expensive investments. Free has protected his High Templar fairly well here with Dragoons. Diving in once, killing one High Templar, but his Mulists have suffered good damage here. Diving in again, killing another High Templar, and then not quite managing to kill the third one, but forcing a storm. I guess those Mulists served their purpose. Here's hoping that the price he paid was worth it, because he lost almost all of his Mulists in that dive bombing session there. I mean, in terms of resources, surely it was not worth it. If Hero actually has an army to take advantage of this situation, he needs to act now before Free can reinforce with High Templar. That's really what he's worried about here. Looks like a massive battle, but so many Hydras getting stormed. Free apparently has more storms. That was crippling storm there, and I fear at this point Hero is not going to be able to recover his losses after the amount of drones he lost. That storm was perfectly placed. Those Hydras couldn't retreat if they wanted to. Looks like Hero has managed to brought up reinforcements. Perhaps Free's army was not as big as I thought, because Free is getting pushed back here, even though he had an absolutely great storm. Hero needs to send his forces forward, and both players, this battle is going to decide the game, I feel. Whoever can prevail here is going to win. Free has managed to push back Hero again for now. As long as Free can keep mining from 3 bases, he is going to be fine against Hero economically. Free needs to hold off this assault, and increasingly looks like he will be able to do so. Hero managed to bring up reinforcements, but it does not appear he has any other... he does not have a significant production base anymore. Perhaps he has spent this time redrawing up. I don't know, but sitting on 3 bases against 3 base Protoss, I don't think that's going to work for long. Sooner or later, Free is going to win by attrition here. Hero still marshaling his forces. Free feeling fairly confident perhaps to push out. No, he's falling back again. The onus really is on Hero to put on some pressure. A good storm there coming from a dying Templar. So many Hydras getting killed there. And Hero just cannot suffer losses of this nature. Free is sending out a Zealot to scout about to make sure that Hero is not putting down expansion. He needs to scout the 5 o'clock position, hopefully. That's where Hero is trying to get an expansion. So Free does need to try to shut down that particular expansion, though. So as long as he can make this a first 3 base game, he'll be fine, even though Free is running out of resources as natural. Too. His main is pretty much mined out at this point. Free has +3 attack upgrade finish for his units. I think it is wise for Protoss still to get the armor upgrades. The longer their units last, I think always the better they will perform. And Free with a Zealot scout going to see what's going on there at the base at the 5 o'clock. A few Mulas coming in to try a sort of late Mulus harass on the natural there, but the Mulus getting caught and absolutely destroyed. Not that those Mulas are going to really do too much anyway. I think being employed as a scout was a pretty good use. It looks like a big battle coming here in the middle of the map. Hero does not appear to have attack move his units. Massive blunder by Hero, I have to say. He was busy microing his Mulas, but he lost so many forces there. And GG coming from Hero, that was an absolutely massive blunder. He did not attack move his units and basically suicided a good portion of his army into the waiting arms of the Zealots there of Free's forces, and I have to say that blunder forcing a GG. Not that his chances were too good anyway. Going on to the winners match.
일꾼 몇 기 정도의 모여서 스위치 딱 누르면 그냥 자동으로 팍 돌아갈 정도 그런 느낌이 들 정도로 완벽한 플레이를 펼쳐줬어요.
그렇습니다. 팬 지하풀대로 전투불패 윤용태 기분 좋게 특히 저거 조일 때가 잡고 이제 본인